Think or Sink: How Good Thinking Drives Improvement and Innovation. This short video will make the case for linking thinking and performance improvement. Performance is driven by thinking. Thinking is a skill that's flexible and improvable. Thinking can be done accidentally or deliberately, and improved thinking can be guided by effective tools. Competitive companies both improve and innovate. Improvement and innovation require change. To change, companies and organizations must start doing something new and stop doing what doesn't help anymore. The goal of our work is to improve company performance. Company performance is the result of good decisions implemented by an organization. It also depends on how we work with each other, how we behave. There are good supervisors and bad supervisors, and it does make a difference. The decisions and behaviors we use to drive our company performance depend on the ideas that we have available to us. And finally, the ideas that we have available to us depend on how we think. In a simple example, if I just want to balance my checkbook, adding and subtracting are quite sufficient. But if, however, I want to describe motion in the universe, I need to understand how to think in terms of calculus to be able to describe this motion accurately. Adding and subtracting would be insufficient. A helpful distinction is to compare intelligence and thinking. Intelligence and thinking are different. Intelligence is our innate capability, what we're born with. Thinking, on the other hand, is how we learn to use our intelligence, and as such is a skill. So in one comparison, intelligence is the race car and its mechanical capabilities, and thinking is the driver who can learn more and more about how to maximize the utility of the car. I may want to bet on a Chevrolet driven by a great driver rather than a Ferrari driven by someone who really doesn't know how to handle that kind of power. In another comparison, intelligence is the computer's hardware capability, and thinking is the operating system. An operating system revision can significantly improve the performance of the computer. So to review the argument of this video, thinking drives company performance. As a result, a key question is, if I really want to improve, what's the best way to think about this? Benchmarking is very helpful here to learn how other companies are thinking to drive their company's performance. So what to do next? How do you take all of these variables and put them into some sort of process that allows you to take advantage of this wonderful discovery, that better thinking drives better performance? The variables on the previous overhead here have been arranged to help you understand how you can deliberately improve your thinking to drive business performance. Idea-generating skills give you better ideas and insights, and decision-making communication skills give you better decisions and behaviors. Implementation skills help you implement them throughout your organization. This video will highlight the first two steps. How do you generate better ideas, and how do you make better decisions and improve your communication skills? This matrix recommends 5 fundamental thinking approaches that support idea-generating skills, decision-making, and communication skills. Notice that this matrix supports a number of situations, both improvement, where I'm trying to narrow down my options, converging, as well as innovating by increasing the number of options that I have available. It also helps me go after the kinds of ideas that I want right now, tactical, and those for the future, strategic. Collaboration skills is really the communication approach that supports all of them. So why do these thinking approaches seem to work so well? Consider that there are 3 kinds of thinking: instinctive, reactive, and intelligent. Reactive thinking is primarily driven by emotions. Intelligent thinking primarily happens in the prefrontal cortex. Intelligent thinking occurs when we make useful insights. Useful insights are really just new ideas. We have learned something new that's useful. In the brain, this is actually represented by dendrites that grow on axons. These tools do a wonderful job of asking questions. As the brain works to answer these questions, it creates these dendrites on the axons. This takes place in the prefrontal cortex. So to close, let's just summarize how these thinking approaches can be useful to a company who wants to improve and innovate. The 5 thinking approaches are collaboration skills, process improvement skills, creative thinking skills, strategic planning, and scenario planning. Collaboration skills help us make great decisions and build great support in an organization with all of its realities, the politics, the power, etc. Process improvement targets waste, the 10 to 30% of a company's revenues most often being spent on unnecessary process steps by companies who have not learned to improve deliberately. Creative thinking skills includes a wide variety of techniques to help individuals and teams to generate and provoke new ideas when they thought they may have had none. Strategic planning helps teams develop an operational planning document that guides companies' leaders and employees and improves the executive team's ability to identify, prioritize, and assign opportunities. Scenario planning helps teams consider alternative futures. The value of this technique comes from the deep dialogue that the different scenario stories provoke. The alternate views generate new insights about a company and their future. So if this idea of using more effective thinking skills to drive performance makes any sense to you at all, you now have a choice. You can wait for your thinking to occur accidentally, or you can learn to think deliberately. These 5 topics are a great place to start. Additionally, you may have an interest in learning about implementation skills. In this matrix, what I'm showing is that there is certainly a difference between having one or multiple projects and whether or not you're working on a project that concerns right now or the future. So in summary, performance is driven by thinking. Thinking is a skill and is flexible and improvable. Thinking can be done accidentally or deliberately, and improved thinking can be guided by effective tools. Some suggestions about what to do next. Select a business goal that needs attention, something real, something important. Talk about the behaviors and the decisions and ideas that you would prefer to see in the workplace. Then, what thinking approach and style would produce the preferred ideas, the behaviors, and the decisions that would deliver the business goal you seek? Then do your best to find a resource to help you learn to think that way. Someone will help you think in such a way that you can deliberately improve and innovate your organization. To learn more about these approaches, please visit my article series at Michigan Business News. Their website is mybiz.com. Open up the front page, look up at the top at columns, and look for good thinking. You're also welcome to write or call and ask to get onto the newsletter. You may also attend either public or on-site seminars that cover these topics. Or you may wish to visit my website, johncanfield.com. Or please call 616-392-2634. Thank you for listening.